going to pass. I am going to pass the baton to Mr. Avi. Avi is going to be our Toastmaster of the evening. So Avi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody. I am extremely excited to be here as your Toastmaster for the evening. I got a last minute notice from Mr. President that can you be Toastmaster? Okay, yeah, sure. I just got the practice done last week itself. So on track. As Mr. President has introduced, our theme for tonight is gratitude. And gratitude to me is a feeling of appreciation and being thankful for something beyond me. We have our surroundings and it is filled with people, with things and the blessings that we have received. November, as everybody said, right, it's a Thanksgiving month. Not only in November, every month we should be continuing this habit, especially as project managers and leaders. You need to have a certain sense of gratitude. Couple of things that helps to boost your surroundings, everything around you, if you are having gratitude. Number one, it increases positivity. In project management, positivity is extremely crucial. Forget project management. Any task, if you're taking and if you're approaching it negatively, it is not something you want to achieve or finish in that mood. Second is stronger bond. When you are having gratitude towards the people you work with, then you will create strong bond. Nobody, at least to my understanding, if you thank someone for something, they don't become your enemy or they don't feel it in a way that they are insulted. In fact, they are more attracted towards the things that you do. And finally, the third thing is that you make connection. If you are the person who is acknowledging and being or showing gratitude to others, you do build connection that lasts for long. With that, now it's time to get into our Toastmaster meeting. And as you know, I don't think we have any guests tonight, but still for a purpose of rewind or recalling how we run our meeting, it's divided into three parts: by presentation or the prepared speeches, we have our table topics, and third, we have our evaluation. For the evaluation part, I am extremely happy to introduce the general evaluator for this evening. And as I said, this was purely a rehearsal that we did last week. None other than Mr. Akin Oni. Akin, please take it over and introduce your team.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and all members of the Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club. As your general evaluator, I will evaluate anything and everything that takes place during this meeting. As you know, there are so many things that could be going on in the course of a meeting. As a consequence of that, I can't do it alone effectively. Therefore, I've got a team of I've got an evaluation team that will work with me. Aside from those who are actually going to evaluate the speeches, I will now call on each of my functionaries who will support me tonight so that we may have a praiseworthy meeting. The grammarian, and I don't know if I can ask Rafia to be the archangel as well. The grammarian is going to be Toastmaster Rafia Safi. Rafia, please put yourself off mute, you already did, and introduce yourself and your two roles as grammarian and archangel. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, all fellow Toastmasters. Today, I will be playing two roles. First is as a grammarian, The responsibility for me as a grammarian is going to be to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of the improper usage of language as well as any quotation, words, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So the word of the day today is praise. The meaning of praise is express warm approval or admiration, or to glorify, especially by the attribution of perfection. Some examples of word praise that can be used as a sentence is like critics praised her as both as actor as an director. And example number 2 is I have nothing but praise of the police. So that will be my role as a grammarian. The next role that I'll be taking is a R counter. For the R counter, I'll note the words and the sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present my detailed report. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Arcana and Grammarian. I really appreciate you deciding to help us out by combining the two roles. The next functionary on my team tonight is our timer, who is our VPPR. Jessica, can you please introduce yourself and your role to the team tonight? Over to you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. So as a timer, I'm trying to keep our meeting on track. And we have prepared speech, table topic, and also speech evaluation. For each section, we have a certain time that the speakers need to make. So when they are qualified, I will present something green. And then in the middle point, I will present something yellow. And then when they are 30 seconds past the time, then I will present something red. Because I'm recording, so I can't really change my background. And that's the 3 colors I found in the hotel room. Anyways, so for the speaker tonight, we have 2 speakers and both speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So 5 minutes green, 6 minutes yellow, and 7 minutes red. Table topic, 1 to 2 minutes. So 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and then 2.5. Sorry, 30 minutes past 2 minutes, that's red. And same thing with the prepared speech, 7 minutes, 30 seconds, then they disqualify. For speech evaluation, 2 minutes, 2.5, and 3.5. So let me know if I'm not right. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll be more like in the 7 to 10 minutes, please. My topic.
Oh, you are 7 to 10 minutes. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So 7, 8.5, and 10.5. Okay. All right. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer. And thank you so much for improvising what you've got. You got to do what you got to do. So thank you so very much. That's what project managers do. That's who we are.
Yeah.
The last functionary on my team tonight is the ballot counter. And this role will have to default to Mr. President, since he has the host right. So, Mr. President, can you please introduce your role as a ballot counter tonight?
Yes, I'll be collecting ballots for best speaker, best evaluator, and also best table topic. What you have to do is to please send me a message on the private message, and I will collect the ballots that way. So I won't be preparing a voting ballot tonight.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ballot Canner. Fellow Toastmasters, you can see that we've got a great team of people who are going to guide us through this meeting tonight. Our meeting theme, I believe, is Thanksgiving. And it's gratitude, I beg your pardon. And our word of the day is praise. I'd like us to reflect on what we're going to be doing tonight. To those of you who started with this club years and years ago, see how far you have come. And to those who just joined us recently, try to look at yourself too, how far you have come. There's no stage that we are in Toastmasters that does not require gratitude and praise, of course. I just want to encourage you all tonight. This is one of those meetings that I'm really very fagged out attending, but I'm attending anyways because I've been traveling all week. I just got back. And I just want to encourage you all, if Madam VPPR could join from our hotel room, why would I not be able to join from home? So I'm glad that I didn't send you guys a sick note or tiredness note. But let's just do what we can tonight. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's learn. And I know by doing so, we will be the better for it. With that said, I'm going to turn it back over to the distinguished Toastmaster, Avi Roy, the Toastmaster for tonight's meeting. Over to you, Avi.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. And I'm pretty sure you have a wonderful team that's going to do everything to gain the praise from our Toastmaster Club here. With that, I think we are ready to move on to the first part of the evening, that is prepared speeches. And I'm excited to tell you that we have two wonderful speakers. The first speaker, and especially I'll take a moment here to tell you a little bit about the first speaker, apart from her introduction. I have been in this club since last 4 years, and this is the first year where I don't have a role meaning officer role. Every year when I had an officer role, this person stood by me in any or different officer role capacity. And we did amazing work, like starting from her being the treasurer to the VPM, now VPPR. I mean, she just knocked it off the park every single time. Especially when I was the president, she took over some excellent role and excellent projects and delivered really good. So thank you, Jessica, for doing everything for this club, everything for the members here. All right. So Jessica's speech title tonight is If Three People Travel Together, at least one can be my mentor. And something to know about Jessica, that she works at Hall Group Engineers plus Constructors as a project manager. Recently, she was assigned to work as a project manager at BASF Freeport. She is a licensed professional engineer and a registered PMP. She has joined our club for 6 years, and she is the VP of Public Relations for this club. Today, she is completing her last level 2 speech for her second part. Wow. She wants to share her experience as a protege. Her project title, as I said, If Three People Travel Together, at least one can be my mentor. Jessica, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. Are you all know Confucius? Yes or no? Some nod their head. He is okay, thank you. He is a very famous educator, philosopher, and also author in China in 500 BC, which is 2,500 years ago. And he is the root, his theory and principles are the root of traditional Chinese culture. He has a lot of disciples, but he has a very famous saying is if three travel together, one could be best enough be my mentor. So even though he has so many proteges, but he still practices it himself a lot. He believes it and he practices it. It is true. Everybody has something they are good at and they can teach someone. And I recently got transferred to BSF Freeport site. At the first day I was there, I got a mentor. And after working there for a day, I totally agree why a mentor is needed as a PM. He is much younger than me, less working experience, but he has a lot more BASF PM experience. So together, we work really well. And I learned a lot from him. Being a PM at Hargrove, an EPC company, I manage the clients, the vendors, and also discipline engineers. And my main product is TIC estimate, total investment cost estimate, and the engineering package, which include drawings, discipline drawings, and specifications for equipment and instrumentations. But in BSF, at the owner side, I need to manage the full cycle of a project. I need to work with all the stakeholders to define the project scope and figure out the total cost, total investment cost, and convince the management to approve the funding to proceed with the project. After that, I need to find engineers or EPC company to complete the detailed design. And then I need to bid out the contract construction work and also purchase the new equipment or new instrument. And at the end, I need to foresee the construction, the commissioning, and the startup of this new project. So it's the full cycle. And every step I need to manage in SAP, which I have little experience with. So together with my mentor, he teach me how to set up a project in SAP, how to set up the WBS element, how to place a purchase requisition, and how to monitor the expenditures of the project, and many, many more. And on top of that, he also have his own projects, 6 to 8 projects that he has to manage. So both of us, it's kind of hard to find the time that we're both available to learn and teach. But we work well, and 3 months pass. 2 of my project is getting through each step, and they are supposed to be constructed in December. And hopefully I can close the project first quarter of next year. And when he's not available, I know who I need to go to, so I could find other mentors to help me out. So that's my story of mentor. And now let's come back to talk about the relationship between mentor and a protege. So a protege is a person who needs help and support from a mentor to reach his goal or her goal. In my case, I need to adapt to the life in BSF as soon as possible as a PM, so I can contribute to this company ASAP. And there's always something to learn from somebody who can support me, and they have different experience and greater experience in that field that I'm lacking. And somebody who is willing to listen, giving feedback, and answer questions. To be a protege, I need to be adaptable with desire and willingness to learn. And I'm open to feedbacks, opinions, and not my way is highway. I need to learn their way to do things, right? And be prepared to reach out for guidance, for questions to ask. And the last but not least, be respectful to my mentor's time and also their boundary, their priority, so we can work together. And another thing is, through the mentorship, protege usually gain self-confidence and they have a higher rate to be successful in the field that they have support from or encouragement from mentors than those who doesn't. So in summary, don't be afraid to be a protege. No matter how old you are, how experienced you are, there will be always something that you are not good at. And don't forget this old Chinese saying from Confucius: if three travels together, at least one is good enough to be your mentor. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jessica. Wonderful speech. What a lesson. Thanks a lot. I would appreciate if everyone here sends feedback to Jessica. Please drop down her name from the chat and you may send her things that you liked about her speech, anything you want to challenge her with, or if you have some suggestion. All right, moving on. Our second speaker is none other than our president. And something I want to tell about our president, that I think Jorge joined the club in the year 2019 or 2020, right, Jorge? And most of us still very, very, vibrantly remember our past president, Anthony. And he did a lot for this club. One thing I really call him out for is to introduce Jorge to our club. I don't know how exactly you got introduced to our club, but I knew that Anthony was one of the key members who did that. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm saying is Jorge is one of the most dynamic member of this club. Never say no, always there. Any kind of role that you ask him, assistance, help, he is there. So he leads from front. So thank you, Jorge, for being one of the best members of this club. You lead by example. All right. Jorge's speech tonight is, the title of the speech is To Network or No to Network. Is it necessary? And something to know about Jorge. To complete the level 3 elective of his presentation mastery pathway, Jorge Alba, president of Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club, will deliver a 7 to 10 minutes presentation on the importance of networking. He will reflect on important issues such as why it is important to network at the professional and at personal level. What are the places where we need to network? How to prepare for a networking event? And finally, how to determine if a networking effort will help or hurt our professional growth. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our president, speaker number 2, Jorge Alba.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Can you all see my screen, my presentation? Thank you very much. So it's really a pleasure, and I'm very grateful actually I can present to you tonight on a very important topic to me that has really made a big difference in my professional and personal development. So who of you think that networking is important? Who of you have been exposed to networking in the past before? I'm glad to see that it's pretty much common that you all think that network is important. So a few topics that I'm going to touch tonight includes what is networking, because many of us don't even know what is the definition of networking. What are the benefits of networking? Where do we network and how to do it? And finally, I'm going to finish with conclusions and some call of action for all of you. So what is networking? Networking is really a process of interacting with others to exchange information, to develop contacts, and to create mutually beneficial relationships. It's nothing different. Through networking, we get to know people, basically. And we get to know people in order for us to achieve personal or professional growth through the relationship that we build with these people. So there are many, many benefits of networking, and it depends on a personal experience, personal and professional experiences. But some of the more important ones are through networking, we establish new contacts, we build relationships, hopefully long-lasting relationships. We share ideas and knowledge. We get a fresh perspective on other opinions, and we get to understand different positions and different opinions. We can use networking also to get advice and support on different issues, and most important, to create opportunities. But definitely with these opportunities, we reach personal and professional growth that we should be seeking every single day of our lives. So where do we network? There are many possible places where we can network. We can go to social events, birthday parties, parties with friends. We can go to a bar with a couple of friends, a happy hour, and that would be a great occasion for networking. Any sort of celebration. We can network at community events like fundraising events, bike rides, running events, at church, and any religious event. Any place where like-minded people like us goes because they have a common interest. So any place literally is a networking opportunity. Definitely, and one of the best, especially for a professional career, is a professional events, trade shows, conferences, conventions. I know that Tosin and Jessica can speak of that when they went to the PMI networking event that we had a couple of months ago. How many people you met at that event, and how many contacts you gathered at that during those couple of days. And these days with internet and Zoom and Google Meets and all that, we have a great opportunity to do online networking. So it couldn't even be better. We don't even have to leave our home to be able to do networking. So there are so many opportunities that in reality, we should be networking every single day of our lives. So how do we network? Now, I say that we should be networking every single day of our life, but we have to have a plan to do networking. We have to consider first what we want to accomplish. So if we are going to go to a friend's party and we see the opportunity to do some networking, we have to determine what sort of networking I can do at my friend's party versus if I'm going to a professional event, to a convention or a professional meeting or something like that. The opportunities are going to be different. So we have to plan for that. But we always have to have very clear what our talents, strengths, and skills are. And we have to be prepared. And most important, we have to practice how we are going to be networking. So we have to have personal goals. We all have, I know that in this group, we all have personal goals. We have to have those clear and see how they align with the networking opportunities that we have. We also have to decide what type of connections on each particular network events we are going to get into. So again, it's not the same if we go to a church event versus if we go to a professional trade show. So we were going to find different type of connections. But we always should have an elevator pitch. We always have to know how we are going to communicate and what we are going to communicate. We have to decide on our talking points. And we have to practice that elevator speech. One important thing that I want to make emphasis on these Toastmaster meetings is that we have 30 minutes to network before the meeting starts. So instead of showing up at the very last minute, we have a great opportunity to show 30 minutes earlier and get a little bit chit chat, networking with all these people here that maybe we have seen them many times, but we don't even know if they can help us in our career or in our personal life if we don't network with them. So what do we have to do? Before we network, as I mentioned, we have to prepare. So we have to make sure that our elevator speech is right and is ready for that particular event. And we have to revise our objectives and what connections we are going to make. Important that we seek out for individuals with relevant skills and knowledge for what we want to achieve. But we also have to be flexible and remain open to diversity. So maybe I want to go to this particular event and meet a specific engineer which I want to network. But through the event, I may find a great business development person that I can even get a better opportunity with that person. So we have to be flexible and we have to identify those skills that we have to bring across. So we have to be also willing to volunteer for projects, for events where we can donate, if you want to say, our knowledge, our experience, our skills. So it's a two-way interchange. We can get from some other people, but we have to be willing to share with other people. So once we are at the networking event, we have to make an effective introduction. We have to take the initiative. We cannot just sit or stand in one corner and wait for people to come to us. We have to go and talk to people, ask open-ending questions, demonstrate interest by listening actively. The way that Tosin showed to us at the last meeting, we have to do active listening. Remember that. We have to help also others build the network. So if we see the opportunity that we are in a networking event where we know a lot of people and there is somebody new that doesn't know many people there or nobody at all, we have to be friendly and get this person to introduce that person to other people and get them building their network. So if we are useful to others, people is going to be great with us. People is going to praise us for what we have done for them. And very important, we have to consider the future. Not all the time we achieve what we want in the networking event. Sometimes we have to build long-term relationships, and those long-term relationships are going to blossom maybe in 2-3 months, maybe a year. But we have to be ready to assist others when they need us, not what we want to impose it on them. Excuse me. And always be ready to change your information. Bring your business cards or bring your phone with your QR code that you can exchange your information so people know where to find you. So finally, I want to conclude with something important. Networking is vital, to improve our personal and our professional life. We have to network permanently. We have to interchange with others. We have to know people. The more people we know, the better we are going to succeed in our careers and in our personal life. So my call of action for all of you tonight is in the next month, I want all people here attending this meeting to participate in a networking event and come and report to us in our second meeting in December. I want you all to come and tell me, I did went to a networking event and I met 2, 3, 4 people that I'm sure is going to help my career. So all of you guys, get on your feet, plan it, practice, and go to a networking event. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. President. What a wonderful message. And yeah, totally agree, networking does help. And thank you for laying out strategic plan for everyone with outcome and benefits. Everyone, please take a moment to drop down Jorge's name from the chat box and send him your feedback. Things that he did great, things that he can improve on. And if you find a challenge for him, then please do recommend. while we are giving feedback, Madam Timer, did both the speakers qualify?
Yes, both speaker qualify.
Thank you. Everyone, once you are done with your feedback, please again drop down Mr. President's name in your chat and send the name who you think you consider as your best speaker for tonight.
I have the poll available, so I'm going to open
Oh,
the
poll is available, yay. All right. I think everybody voted till now. Is that correct, Mr. Ballot
That's
Counter?
correct. Yeah, we got everybody voting. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And now, this is the most exciting time when I hand this meeting over to Mr. Jacob, who is our table topic master. So everyone, please participate. Jacob, the floor is yours.
All righty, Avi, Mr. Toastmaster, thank you very much for turning the meeting over to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be the table topics master for this evening. And what I will be doing is introducing topics for us to talk about. Please bear in mind that we are looking for speeches that are in between 1 to 2 minutes in length. And the words that we're trying to add into our speech, or the word of the day, is praise. So please use that as much as possible. I will be picking people based on a small wheel that I will be spinning in the background. So I will spin it, and then I will call a name out and provide some topics. I think what I can also do is I can potentially share my screen to give individuals an opportunity to pick a topic that works best for them. So if I can request control of the screen.
You should have it by now. You should have control of the screen.
Okay.
See if you can access it.
Okay, let's see. Can y'all see my screen? Let's see.
Not yet.
Okay, so it says the host disabled participant screen sharing on my end.
Oh, let me try again. Okay, it should be now. You should have it now.
Awesome, awesome. All right, it's loading. Give it a second. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Sir.
We can see the questions too.
Yes. So one of the things that Jorge and I were chatting about was, when it comes to introducing some of these topics during the table topic, it can be kind of shocking, I think, whenever we give a random topic just randomly. So one thing that I'm going to try is I'm going to allow you to pick from the topics at hand, and then I'm going to cross them out. Now, from that, I believe it gives you a little bit more of an opportunity, a little bit more comfort. You still are creating a speech off the top of your head, so I believe that to be a sufficient task. So I'm going to go ahead, click the wheel. We'll see who our first victim is, and then we will start speaking. Okay, so I'm the first one. All righty, let's see what topic. Do I believe in luck? So I'm going to pick this bottom one. Do I believe in luck? So throughout my life, I have been an individual who's always been very prepared in any and everything I do. I take the effort, I take the time to actually research what it is that I want. And one thing that I have put a lot of effort into, a lot of time, is my career. Whenever I was a young individual, I know that engineering was something that I was always excited about, I was always interested in, and it was something I wanted to pursue in my life. Now, at that point in time, I didn't really know that engineering was, didn't really know what engineering was to the fullest. I knew it had something to do with building stuff. I knew it had something to do with a understanding of what was going on in life. So I knew that engineering was the direction that I was going to pursue. So I chose engineering at I think it was pretty much in my high school. After I graduated high school, I knew that engineering was the career path that I wanted to choose. So do I believe in luck, and how does my career and luck go together? So luck, I don't believe it to be a real thing. I believe that being prepared, studying, planning is how you make good decisions in life. I believe it's how you reap the benefits out of your decisions. So I don't believe that luck is a real thing. I believe being prepared, practicing, and trying are the best efforts. So so no, I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work. So thank you all very much. All right. So as y'all can tell, I am not excluded from this wheel. So let's go ahead and spin it again and see who else we get. All righty, Akeem. Akeem, you are next on the chopping block. All right. Can you see all of these options that we have?
Yes, Mr. Table Topics Master, I can see them.
All right.
So you want me to go ahead?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, pick one of the topics out, and that will be your topic for this evening.
I see. Okay, I would take number 7.
All righty.
What's one hobby that I have that allows me to relax? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It's a very easy question for me because one hobby that I have, which is really one sin that I commit almost every day or every other day, is watch English Premier League soccer or Champions League soccer. That is one hobby that I have and I'm very passionate about. I use it to decompress, if you like. If I wasn't here right now and I'm not feeling sleepy, I would be, most likely I'll be watching soccer, particularly the weekend games. And why do I do that? I do it because it's fun for me. Growing up, I gave my parents 2 options, either to go play soccer professionally because I was very good at it, or to go to school. And my parents said, don't even think about soccer. You've got to go to school. Because when I was growing up, only dropouts played soccer professionally, unlike today, where there's a lot of money in soccer. I enjoy that hobby. I love it. I do everything that I can to make sure I have fun time. And it's become a part of who I really am from the standpoint of the completeness of my life. And I praise, in the course of doing that, I appreciate people, particularly great teams, great players. I really appreciate it. And I'm very conscious of how I come across, even when I watch it, because at the end of it all, I probably will be able to sleep. I probably will feel very relaxed. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
All righty. That was an amazing speech. Let's see who our next individual is. All righty, Avi, you are the next.
All right, so let me see. Of course, let's start with the number 1. Do you think people can change? Why or why not? Yes, people can change. Absolutely, people are supposed to change. Well, The two reasons why people change is number one, either they are trying to adapt. Number two, they are trying to improve. When you are in your journey, any journey that you consider life, profession, anything, you will face challenges at every step. And the outcome of every challenge that you face may or may not be successful all the time. Mistakes can happen. Feel free to make mistakes, but then make sure you improve upon them, right? Number one, the biggest lesson that I have learned from myself is that you were born to make mistakes, but not to fake perfection. The more you go towards being perfect, the more you surround yourself with restriction. So feel free, be the person you are, because nobody can be as who you are. So thank you, and back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
All righty, Mr. Toastmaster, you did a great job, and I'd like to extend my praise to you as to bringing in such a powerful speech. All righty, now we have given 3 table topic speeches. Do we have time for more? We do? Okay, so let's go ahead and spin again to see which one we get. All righty, Rafai, you are it.
Mhm. Okay, I'm ready. So I'm going to
Please.
choose.
Yes, please pick a topic
Okay.
and then give it the speech.
Okay, I'm going to go for number 11. Define trust in your own words. Okay. For me, if you ask me to talk about the trust, I would say trust is something that you cannot buy from the stores. You cannot buy from with your money. Trust is something that you have to gain, and you have to build it up over the times. And there are different kind of trust that person gains. Like if you look at the example of a child has the trust on his mom or dad, and he knows that this mom is going to feed me, this mom is going to take care of me. And the same way, like if you have an employee, you have the trust on your employee, and this trust cannot come in 1 or 2 days. It takes time. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, and sometimes years also. So for me, that is trust, that someone that you can rely on it, like someone you can just with your eyes closed, you can say, okay, this is going to be my helper, or this is going to be the person who's going to be here behind me when I'm in need. So this is kind of trust that I am looking for. This is the meaning of the trust in my mind. And one time, if the trust is broken, so then it is very hard to build it up again. So that's why it's just like, it's very delicate thing. It's something that can shatter quickly, and it's very precious thing also. And you don't gain it quickly. So it takes time. So it's better to keep it safe also. And that's what is my opinion, and that's what is my image of trust. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
All righty, thank you, Rafai. That was an amazing speech. Did a great job. Keep it going. So I believe we do have time for one more. I don't see any thumbs down, so we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see who we get. All righty. None other than the Tosin.
Thank you. I would like to go with number 2.
Number 2
Yes, do you think shyness can be cured? Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. I do believe that shyness isn't a disease. Shyness, it's more of a personality trait. It's more of a characteristics rather than being considered as a disease. And having said that, if one thinks that shyness is a disease that needs to be cured, then I would say that there are ways in which shyness can actually be managed rather than being cured. One of the ways shyness can be managed is, number one, to develop skills. And you would agree with me that in terms of the development of skill, one of the ways that one can actually do that is by joining the Toastmasters. Toastmasters can actually help improve one's communication and one's leadership skills. And by reason of that, the shyness personality trait, the shyness characteristics within that person can be managed. Another thing that can also help in terms of managing shyness is also exposure. By integrating oneself into, like Jorge said, networking with people from different walks of life can actually gradually help people to improve and manage their shyness. So I would say that shyness can be managed rather than being cured. For instance, one of the reasons why I joined Toastmasters was not just to improve my ability to speak, but also to improve my leadership skills. So once again, shyness can be managed rather than being cured. Thank you.
Awesome. That was a great speech. Greatly appreciate everybody keeping it going. All righty. So let me reach out to our Madam Timer. Madam Timer, does everybody qualify? Awesome. Everybody does qualify.
Yes, everybody qualified.
And I see Jorge has given us the ballot to vote. So if everybody would vote.
I believe everybody has cast their vote, so I'm going to remove the poll.
Awesome.
Mr. Table Topic Master, can I take the meeting back?
Yes, sir.
You're on mute.
Yes, yes, Mr. Toastmasters, the meeting is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I really like the effort that you have put. I guess this is your first time being a Table Topic Master?
Yes, that is correct.
Very well done. You have done your research, you consulted, you know how to do it, and you did amazing job. So thank you, and wonderfully done. With that, let's move on to the third portion of this meeting, which is evaluation, and none other than our general evaluator who's going to drive that section. Mr. Akin Oni, please take it over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. All right, we've gotten to the E part of the pie. And I hope you all, even if no one has pressed you so far, you are pressing yourself. Because press is what tonight's meeting is all about. Our speech evaluators are number one, myself, and I will be evaluating Jessica's speech. And number two, which is who will be evaluating our hair is Toastmaster Tosin Esho. Now, I'm going to now call on evaluator number one to take it away. Akin, the floor is yours. Clap for me. All right. Well, good evening. And Jessica, congratulations on delivering another powerful speech. You know yourself. and you do what you know how to do best. I know that we're press is the word of the day today, and you will be my witness that I've actually dedicated a speech to you in my Toastmasters Live just to thank and praise you. Now, going to tonight's speech, I'm going to use the 3-2-1 methodology. 3 things that I like, 2 areas of improvement, and then 1 standout. In terms of 3 things that I like, with your speech, the topic alone was very catchy because I wasn't sure of what to expect. And you started off by saying you had a mentor on day 1 at the project site. This mentor was even younger than you. This mentor probably had less experience than you did at that point, but at least they were familiar with the site more than you were at the time. I mean, it takes courage. It takes genuine sense of humility to be able to do that. And it's one of the things that we encourage people to look out for. You don't have to have a mentor that is older than you, but you can decide who your mentor should be based on the kind of mutual benefits that you believe will emanate as a result of that mentoring program. The second thing, which of course you know this is going to be near and dear to my heart, you took us through, using personal example, you took us through project management steps, the planning, the implementation, the resourcing, the execution, and the challenges that a typical project will have. That was very good. And the third one is to walk us through a relationship between a mentor and a protege. Here are the 2 areas that I thought, well, perhaps you could improve. You looked up a number of times, you looked sideways as well. And that resulted in you using a lot of filler words. Number 2, you listed the relationship between a mentor and a protege, and those were very good. But I would recommend that in the interest of time, sometimes you can just list them by zeroing in on 1 or 2 and take us back to the personal story that you shared and see how they were very relevant. In terms of what stand out for me, the old Chinese saying, if 3 people travel together, at least 1 can be my mentor. I thought that was impactful. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator. Okay, thank you, Mr. King, for that great evaluation of Ms. Jessica. Our next evaluator is no one else other than Toastmaster Tosin Yesho, who will be evaluating Ohe Albert. Tosin, the floor is yours. Take it away, please.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Mr. Ohe, I want to express my gratitude for today's speech. Not only that, I also want to praise you for a job well done. I would like to evaluate your speech from 3 areas: the content, the delivery, and the connection. In terms of the content, I loved the way that you set out the topic for today, the topic for your speech. To network or not to network, is it necessary? To network or not to network, is it necessary? I thought that was captivating. One of the ways in which one can actually captivate one's audience is by asking a question. And I thought that was really great. I also like the fact that you spoke about what is network. You gave us the definition of what network or networking actually means. And it's no other than it's a process of interacting with others. And there are so many benefits which you enumerated, like building relationships, exchanging information, gaining fresh perspectives, and creating opportunities. I love the way you also referenced Jessica's speech in one of the examples. I thought that was really good in terms of connection. Also, the reference you made in terms of Jessica and Tolson going to the PMI. Actually, that was what I wanted to say. In terms of going for the PMI conference, I thought that was great in bringing an example to why we should network. How to network was really great as well. In terms of delivery, I thought you delivered well. We understood what you said. It was well received. And I also like the fact that you listed the benefits and, of course, the different areas how we can actually improve our networking. Active listening was also referenced, which was also good. Connection, I believed you connected well. You looked into the camera. You used your hands well. Just one thing that I would like to say that you can work on next time, or you would just take cognizance of next time, and is that when you sit in front of your camera, maybe next time you can just sit central, because the way you're sitting is a bit, so at least from my own, the way I see it, is a bit tilted to the right. So maybe next time you can actually sit central. And other than that, I thought it was good. Once again, I wanted to say thank you. I express my absolute gratitude for this, and all the praise to you, Mr. Ahoy. Thank you so much for the praise, for the speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tosin. That was impactful. Now, Mr. Ballot Cantor, Madam Timer, did both evaluators qualify?
Yes, all qualify, both qualify.
Thank you very much. That's what we like to hear. Now, Mr. Ballot Cantor, can you please push that thing out so we can cast our ballots? While we're waiting for the ballot counter, I just want to I want to ask the grammarian and counter to get ready for our report. As we wait, just get ready. You don't have to do anything yet. Get ready with your grammarian and our counter report. Then after that, I'm going to go to the timer. You're on mute. Okay, yeah, you got it.
Just one small mistake. I misspelled Tosin, but you excuse me for that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. All right, with that said, it's my esteemed pleasure to call on Toastmaster Rafia Safi, who will be delivering two separate reports, one grammarian and another one accountant. Toastmaster Safi, the floor is completely yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. First, I'm going to present my grammarian report. And today, all the speakers, they were very well prepared. I did not see any, or I did not hear any obvious or any prominent misuse of grammar or the words. But only one thing that I was noticing, that word of the day was not used much. But I heard Tosin using the word of the day 2 times and the Avi 1 time. Some of the things that I like from the speeches and from our meeting, when I was hearing Jessica's speech, and Jessica said that everybody is good at something and they can teach you, and that is very true. And there's always something to learn from someone. So this is something that it took my attention. And another one was like, she was talking about the protege, and she said that protege should be open to feedback, to learn, and to prepare himself or herself for guidance, and to be respectful for the mentor's time. This is something that caught my attention. And another one was that she said that don't be afraid to be a protege, no matter how old or how experienced you are. So that was something I really liked about her speech, and it got my attention. And in Jorge's speech, he was talking about the networking, and he said that and networking promotes personal and professional growth. And we should be networking every single day in life. And that is very true. We should be doing it. And also he said that and when you are networking, you should be looking, you should be having you should be looking in future, and you need to be looking for someone who is with the same trait, same skills and the same strengths. That's what he mentioned, and that took my attention also. And again, there was one thing similar to that, like we seek out group or individual with relevant skills and knowledge. That was something that took my attention. I noted down. So that was for my grammarian report. So I'm going to move to our counter. And during the speeches, I also realized, like the R counters, I did not get much chance to count the crutch words or some repeated words. What I could catch was only Jessica. She used couple of R's and couple of ums, and that was it. The rest of you were great. I did not get chance to catch anything. So thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafia Safi. That was very good. And we really appreciate you jumping in at the 11th hour to take on those two roles. That was very encouraging. Well done. And next functionary here is Madam Timer, VPPR, Toastmaster Jessica Sun. Jessica, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. So today, like I mentioned earlier, all speakers qualify for speaker number 1, 6 minutes, 58 seconds. Speaker number 2, Jorge, 9 minutes, 25 seconds. For the table topic, we have 5 speakers. The first speaker, Jacob, 1 minute, 36 seconds. Second speaker, Akim, 2 minutes, 6 seconds. Third speaker, Avi, 1 minute, 12 seconds. Fourth speaker, Rafia, 1 minute, 41 seconds. And last speaker, Tosin, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. For the speech evaluator, first speaker, Akin, 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Second speaker, Tosin, 3 minutes, 19 seconds. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jessica Sun. Before I return control to Mr. Toastmaster tonight, I just want to thank everyone for bringing your A game here tonight. First off, I must thank Mr. President, who volunteered me to be the GE tonight. He was going to give me more than one role, but I said, no, we should be able to get somebody else to do something, and I'm glad I did. So thank you, Mr. President, for always pushing us, for encouraging us to be better. I really appreciate it. Even though I was traveling, when he sent me the note, I replied, I told him that I know that my flight should have arrived before the meeting, that I will do my best to join. And that's the reason I'm able to join tonight. And when I started the meeting, I was more tired than I am right now. But with all the great speeches that I had, I think I'm wide awake right now than I was when we started. So thank you also very much, especially Mr. Jacob. I mean, you are an inspiration to this club, I must tell you. You probably have no idea. Even when you're logged on, I don't think my video was on then. You joined the meeting with a smile. I mean, what a way to join a meeting of this nature tonight. Thank you, Jacob. You are inspiring me. I must tell you that. And I know you are inspiring a number of other people. Again, thanks everyone for your participation. We started on time and we are on track to finish on time tonight. And this is the way to do it. I mean, we are a PMI Houston sponsored club and we're always very grateful for their sponsorship. And again, please, if you desire your credit for attending the meeting. Please don't forget. But I just want to encourage you all. Let's go into the agenda and indicate what we're going to do during the next meeting. And I know Mr. President is going to be telling us how many meetings we have remaining in the course of this year so that we all can sign up. Again, thank you all so very much for this uncommon privilege to be the GE of this meeting tonight. I really enjoyed myself. If for nothing at all, at least you all woke me up. I'm more awake right now than I was when I started. So thank you all so very much. With that said, I'm now going to turn it back over to Mr. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Avi Roy. Let's put our hands together for Avi.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. You and your team outperformed everything. So thank you. Wonderful job done. And what a way to end this meeting tonight. We did learn something from this meeting, at least something. I'm emphasizing. That's the value of attending, being here. Just being here teaches us at least one or two things that we can go home with. So thank you for participating this evening. I am going to announce the winner tonight, and let's start the drum roll. First, the table topics, and my absolute privilege and happiness to announce the table topics winner, none other than truly yours, me, myself. So thank you for voting for me. Thank you. Next, we have the best evaluator. Our best evaluator, none other than the most experienced and most vibrant evaluator that this club has, and that is Mr. Akin Oni. Akin, congratulations. And the best speaker tonight. It was a very, very tough contest. We were neck and neck. And as part of this meeting, we do have to call out a best speaker, unfortunately. And that is none other than Mr. President, Mr. Jorge. Congratulations. All right, before I hand this meeting back to Mr. President for the closeout, I want to pick one line that Mr. General Evaluator mentioned this evening to reflect how far have you come. Many of you know that we do maintain our YouTube channel. We have around 250 videos starting from 2019. And those videos are none other than our own video. How we performed every speech, every counter report, everything is well documented. Go back, look at them. If not for other speech, look at your own speech. You are going to see your improvement. When I saw long back my 2019 first evaluation, the way I gave, my first being a Toastmaster for the evening, and now how much I'm confident, it really speaks that it helps. It helps to learn, it helps to be part of this group, and it helps to be in a journey that can actually take us somewhere. I moved from that 2019 person to right now here, and there is a long way to go for me to even be anywhere that I can say that, yeah, I learned something from Toastmaster. It's a regular journey. It's a regular grind that we have to do. Just keep going. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a Toastmaster for the evening. And with that, I'm going to hand this meeting back to our president for the closeout. Mr. Jorge.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Really appreciate it. And I want to praise every one of you that came tonight to participate, to spend the last couple of hours of your Wednesday with us. And not only you participate, but you came ready to take a role in the meeting. Every single one of us took a role in the meeting, either as a speaker, Toastmaster, evaluator, table topic Toastmaster. I mean, we all participate, and that's the important thing, because I cannot make enough emphasis. Really, the more we get, the more we put into Toastmaster, the more we get out of Toastmaster. And one way to do is to participate actively in our meetings. So thank you very much. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to praise every one of you for your commitment to this club and to Toastmasters. So with this, before I let you go back to your families, I want to pass the floor to Jessica so she can remind us about the event that is coming this Friday. So Jessica.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Yes, so we are going to have this happy hour event this Friday at Chewy's Sugarland from 6 to 9 o'clock. And because we checked the weather, it looks like it's 90% of chance Sugarland will rain. So we will move our event from outside to inside. So I already make the arrangement with the restaurant. We will sit inside the restaurant and make sure bring yourself and a good spirit to our meeting, to our one-on-one networking opportunity, so we can meet and talk and have a good meal and be able to network with each other. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet all of you in person on Friday. It will be fun. Chewy's have good food, Mexican, Tex-Mex food. There are plenty of food to choose from. So for vegetarian, for people who like chicken, people who like beef, people who like tacos and enchiladas. I don't know what else they have. They have a very good menu. So I'm looking forward to have good food, good company, and we may end up playing some word games so we can have some additional fun. So with this, I just want to give out the shout out moment winner of the evening. And I will love to give it to everybody here because you all are winners tonight. But I have to choose one person only. So this time I'm going to choose our shout out moment winner is going to be Avi. Avi, thank you for filling the role of Toastmaster at the very last minute. I really appreciate your help. And with this, that's all I have. Oh, before I let you go, our next meeting on the second Wednesday of November is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I know that a lot of you may be getting ready to go visit family, visit friends, stay with family. So I propose that we don't have a meeting that Wednesday and we can resume on the second Wednesday of December and the second Wednesday in December and the fourth Wednesday in December. Actually, the fourth happens to happen right between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So I don't think it's a bad day because Christmas and New Year's Eve are going to be on a weekend. But I don't know. I put it to your consideration if you want us to, for this time only, don't have the meeting on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. My suggestion is that we don't meet during the next meeting there, which is the week of Thanksgiving, and we don't meet at Christmas time.
Okay, that is fine.
Let's have one more meeting this year, which is the second Wednesday in December, and then we'll be done for the year.
That's perfectly fine with me. So we'll have one meeting in November.
Let's make sure. If we don't want Mr. President to change his mind, let's make sure we have 3 speeches that day.
Okay,
That way,
we can do that. We can do that.
Progressing our pathways. That's very important.
We can do that. So actually, we will have 2 meetings. We will have 2 meetings in November because one was today, one will be this coming Friday. We count that meeting.
Sure.
We can even play sport games. We can even have if somebody wants to volunteer and bring some table topics, that will be fun too.
That's fun.
Some table topics.
I think Jacob is the master right now.
That's what I was thinking.
I think we volunteered Jacob to have a number of table topics on paper and then distribute it. And then, that's what I call doing table topics with the open book style. That was unique. I've never seen that before. Table topics, the open book style. That's what Jacob just taught us tonight.
Okay, that would be perfect. So
and to Mr. President's point, if you have a speech, 5 to 7 minutes, and you want to deliver it during that meeting, it's allowed to because we're meeting. As long as we can have someone to evaluate you, that's fine.
Right.
But we just want to make sure we create a fun atmosphere where nobody is watching you when you say so or particularly so that Rafia doesn't really mark your name down again. You know, that sort of thing.
It will be more flexible, and obviously
Anyway.
since we are not going to sit outside, we are going to move inside. It may not be, maybe a little bit more noisier than when we sit outside.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true.
so we'll have to be flexible. We'll see how we can handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
So is
Okay.
there anybody who cannot make it this Friday?
Everybody can make it.
Rafia, you cannot, or you
Rafia, you are
can?
going to make it. Oh, we are going to miss you.
Yeah, sorry, Jessica. Yeah, because I'm having some guests and I was planning to, but I came to know that there's someone who is coming. So
Bring your
sorry.
guests with you.
So many
Bring them
cases
with you.
already, 3
I
times.
know, absence.
The more the merrier. You can bring your guests with you.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So I guess with that, we will just call out this meeting and see you guys on Friday. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
All righty,
you.
Friday it is. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Y'all have a
just
wonderful
Just
night.
send a reminder on Thursday or Friday morning with the full address again, so that people don't have any excuse for not
Yes.
attending.
Okay. Okay. Jessica
We will
will
send the email, and the president will help me to send in Facebook as well. So
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to
Email
post it
and-
on Facebook because I know that we have some people that are always calling for these meetings and all that. And we'll
All
check
right,
with
thank you all so much.
And there will be some door prize too.
Right. Oh yeah, we have some door prizes. Don't forget that we have some door prizes too.
Yay.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.